do you have any secrets to share about love, relationships, making those sometimes difficult relationships work?
Yeah, the number one secret of relationships is to get yourself out of the picture. So the first thing, if you're having problems in your relationship, is to pretend you just met the person and you want to be their friend and you want to do whatever you can to help them be happy. And I think that if you can give the gift that keeps giving, anytime that you help another person better themselves or get smarter or learn music or a new technique that will improve their job performance. When you teach people, or either by example or by education, something that enhances the quality of their perception and their intelligence, I think that that is a gift that keeps giving. And and then also to think of the long run. So the first thing is to take yourself out of the picture. The second thing is when you're trying to, like when you love somebody, you want them to be happy. But if you're helping a person be happy in such a way that it hurts them, that you're always giving them sugar, more to drink, pleasuring them with their senses, I'm not against that. It's just that how do we like engage the higher suite, the angel in the other person, the capacities, the ever-growing capacities for being co-creative and participant with the world around them. You can ask, another great idea in relationships is ask for anything. You can ask for anything, but accept the answer, except for now. You accept the way it is for now. You ask for whatever you want, and then you accept the way it is for now. And while you're waiting, you increase your love for everything. So by making good merit, a long time ago, I broke up with somebody, we broke up, and I felt it was unfair, And so I spent a lot of my time trying to get in the radio and the newspapers and trying to help other people so that wherever she would look, she would see me in the newspaper or the radio. It's probably a terrible thing, but it's kind of like, you're trying to make virtuous merit so you would deserve good luck in your life, And I think if somebody says you're a bad guy, even if you're not, you're having to deal with somebody who thinks you're a bad guy. And so, when you can't help another person that you love, it should make one humble so that you can, learn some new technique. And so that's where, like in spiritual sciences and the laws of karma, that if I make good karma by helping less fortunate and helping alleviate suffering and to increase intelligence and participatoriness and loving kindness, to a degree that I can make good karma, I'm making money in the bank. I'm making money that makes me a lucky guy. I remember a Tibetan Lama used to always tell me that, he said I was happy-go-lucky, and that somehow he didn't think I was, at the time he didn't think I was that intelligent, I must be just lucky, and I have good karma, from previous time. I don't know, but I think that one has to persist in this, and one has to be able to be willing to go for a couple lifetimes. Like real romantics are willing to wait a whole lifetime for that one kiss, or that great painting, or that piece of music, or that great gift that's going to help humanity to raise itself by its own bootstraps. So ask for anything, accept the way it is for now, and turn up your love and your virtue making good karma. You want to, just like people want to make a bunch of money in the bank, you want to make a bunch of good karma and try to beautify and purify yourself. The Tibetans have a nice thing. They say that the virtue of non-virtue is the opportunity to purify. You have this opportunity to purify, that you can actually see it. You can't fix what you can't see. So it behooves us to sit still enough and meditate, and to think of all the people you see in a year, all the people you see in a whole year. It's a good picture of your higher self. So your higher self may still have some things to work out, and everyone around you everything outside of you is the karma from previous lives coming back. And how we what we do within ourselves, how we interact with what's coming at us, creates the future. Good intention is important. But good intention is, the road to hell is paved with good intention, they say. So good intention, what good intention does for you, in case you don't know, they may not have told you in that famous book, Good Intention. But what good intention does, if it all fails and blows up in your face, because you had good intentions, you get to start again somewhere. But you might be in pieces, in shambles. I'm in pieces. I've been, like that, And so you need more than good intention. You need kind of a selfless daring to love yourself. You can't love another person unless you love yourself. And if you love yourself and you're just indulgent, that's not really loving yourself. Loving yourself is that, you're planning on being here next lifetime, if that's what it takes. And I think mothers know this. Mothers know this, to protect the young, and mothers know how to care and nourish, that there's a future thing you're going after. When you have little kids, you're after something that's going to happen more in the future, and if you have moments at the time. So I think lovers are basically like that, that when you're making love to somebody, if you're kissing and hugging and all that kind of stuff, or even dreaming about it, you kind of like whenever you have a pleasure, it's a nice trick is to just imagine that somehow the pleasure is pushing the wish for happiness for everyone, that everyone could be happy one day, and that we celebrate the work we did today. But in the Grail, you can't sleep at the same place twice. So even if we did good today and helped people and made our money for paying our bills and got some good hugs, and we can rest well tonight, but tomorrow we have to go out until the whole world's enlightened, until the whole world's at peace. We have to keep going. And love yourself. It's okay if you can't love me. Love yourself.
What about people who've had lovers betray them, where they find out somebody that they've really trusted has been cheating or just
lying or cheating on them?
Cheating.
If you really love them as a friend, like when you have jealousy is loving a person for who you want them to be rather than who they are. And when you really love a person, you might be sad that they, the thing that everybody has is that you're not out having fun with someone else, are you? You're only supposed to have fun with me. And people think, if they think you're having more fun than them, which I don't know about you, but I'm built for it. I'm built for the sun, and I'm built to have fun, and I make my work fun. That work is fun, and helping people's fun, even if it's hard work, And even death will be fun for me, I know a lot of people that were older that had very spiritual, sacred death, and even when it was troublesome, they had a philosophy and a truth barometer where they knew what the truth was. So when people, and what's hallucination? What you do when people are cheating on you is that you're sad. That you're sad that they weren't more honest, and that they weren't able to tell you that, why do people leave a person or cheat on them is that they're bored. And I think we get bored because we're not working on ourselves, creating new things. That we're always expecting other people to please us and bring us happiness, and we're not yet, transforming, that we're sucking in stuff to, we're radiating out and shining the light of wisdom and love out. So if you really want to know what to do if somebody's lying to you, number one, you have to fix that you didn't see it coming. You have to fix that you didn't see it coming, whatever that means. And number two, you can be sad that the person wasn't more honest and forthcoming, but you can increase your love 1,000 times, but you can't be attached to the form that it takes. You can increase your love 1,000 times. You can wish that that person would be happy and try to give them ideas on how they could make that other relationship work well. It's probably the key to your own future. It's the key to your own future happiness and relationship. You have to help him out or help her out. If they want to be out of the relationship, you help them out. You help them out. And if you have an inner dialogue with a person, you can have spiritual practice, and you can do yoga together, and you could fast for a number of days and really talk about what's going on and what really matters. A lot of people don't live for the long run. I mean, I think that as Americans or as a live person on the planet today, we're trying to live for the whole of our life, but we're also trying to live for today. And we're trying to live for probably this coming weekend. And so we have that kind of thing. And it's something that happens in the teenage years. You learn by the time you're 21 to 28 how to sacrifice immediate desire for something much deeper, a bigger desire, you might say. And in a spiritual practice, we try to free ourselves from desire and fear so that we can kind of be true to our North Star, the star over our head. So when you find that a person is lying, you should be very happy because they probably were lying much before and you didn't find out till just now. Number one, you should be happy. So I'm so happy, and then they say, well, you're the cause of why I'm suffering. And I go, really? I'm the cause of why you're suffering. All this time I thought you were the cause. I was trying to fix you, and now I'm the cause of why you're suffering. That is so beautiful because I can fix that. I can fix if I'm the cause, rather than you're blaming other people for your happiness and sadness. If I'm the cause of your happiness, I can remove myself. See, and get about my business. Don't you know I must be about my Father's business? Jesus tells this to his parents. He's talking about the spiritual father. The spiritual mother is love everyone. Your love is exclusive, thus selfish, which kills love in time. People are soulmates and they're so good together, but they eat each other up and they don't bless the world during their orgasms. They don't wish for enlightenment and use the force of their pleasure in their cookies. The cookie crumbles. And that love is exclusive, breeds selfishness, which kills love in time. You see that? You have to think about this, because it's worth thinking, that we have thinking so that we can see things that happened before and avoid repeating the mistake, and we can see things, how it could work in the future, And I think that if you help a whole bunch of people, like my first spiritual teacher thought that if you would read 6 or 7 books that he pointed out, at the Mayflower Bookshop, if you'd read 6 or 7 of these spiritual books, he said, I can't guarantee that you'll get enlightened. You might, but I can't guarantee it. I can guarantee that as you get older, people will want to bring you to dinner, they'll buy you dinner, and they'll want to talk to you. So I think that the first thing is when you catch somebody cheating on you, you should be very happy because it's probably been going on for a long time and you just caught them. And because when you love somebody, you want to know who they are. You want to know who are you? How can I know you better? How can I give you a gift that forever you'll appreciate me, And when people leave you and they don't hang out with you after you made love and they don't hang out with you after you've made love a bunch of times, it can drive you for 100 years to work on yourself and become the person that they would never leave. And so I always looked at myself, that somehow that I wasn't, pleasing enough or good enough or smart enough or virtuous enough or creative enough, and so you kind of change yourself to change the world around you. If you try to change the other person, it's an endless thing. And a lot of people get beat up by their lover, or there's drugs involved or wrong use of medications. And you need professional help at that point. But I think it really helps to not be on medications, not be on drugs, not be drinking, not be eating sugar, which is associated with victim stories and feeling enslaved by something. And that one really does ask God or the universal mind, the universe, why am I here then? And by loving when you have a really tough time, by loving the little ones and people who really need you, I think that it helps you to have a better sense of your own self-worth. Again, self-worth is how much are you worth? And I think I'm worth $1 million, But I think self-worth is something a little different, Self-worth is we like to hear a song, or a poem, or can I make you some nourishing tea, herbal tea, or can I rub your feet? Or you have these talents and qualities for homemaking, and I think a way to a man or woman is through their stomach, but it could be through their feet, rubbing those feet. Everybody has a different little key, but you're trying to help the person be healthy and whole and creative. It's not enough just for me to sweeten you all the time. It's really, it's like me somehow helping you to invoke your courage and your dream to climb the mountain and cross the sea just to be next to me or somebody that you love. So ask for anything, and but accept the way it is for now and work on yourself, and try to turn up the love for yourself and increase your money in the bank, which is by making virtuous merit, by helping those who are less fortunate and going out of your way a little bit. And we get fixated on exactly the right, wrong person. You know, we thought we were going to be with the soulmate, and we ended up with the cellmate, and who our bunkie is that we're tied up with bed every night. And you know, it's a weird world, you know, because we're so insecure. We want to be living inside the other person rather than inside ourselves. And I think spiritual practice. A friend of mine, Gaelic Rimshay, says you have to learn to live in your own skin, you know. And but we probably have 7 levels to that. And so that's another investigation, like when you read Theosophy and Rudolf Steiner and Osho and even Gurdjieff, I mean, there's like 7 levels. You know, so you make love to somebody. Did you make love physically and not mentally, or it was physical and mental, but the emotions are kind of cool, or it's emotional and physical, but you can't talk, or it's mental and emotional, but sex doesn't work. And then there's like a threefold intellectual soul, an ascension soul, and a spiritual soul, and a spirit that's related to the great mother and father, and a star in the becoming self-realization. See, so there's a lot to this, you know, making love. How many bodies do you make love to? All in one, you know. So I hope I answered your question a little bit. So when people are like lying to you, obviously you can't trust them. You can trust their actions. And when people show up, it's a celebration and it's really great. And if they don't show up another time, that's who they are. People are liars. A liar can only lie to a liar. Usually when you're lied to and you're really shocked, you know, like one person's an outright liar. The other person doesn't outwardly lie, but they're inwardly caught in a lie because they don't know their true spiritual self, and they don't know their gift for the world, and they've been believing something's going to save them, you know, but they're not going to